First of all, let's talk about something. I am not an accountant, CPA of any kind, so you really want to talk to a professional when you have questions regarding housing and taxing, and that is not me when it comes to taxes. I'm just giving you kind of general information that a lot of people find helpful. For more exact information, talk to your accountant. So let's talk about what kind of taxes home sellers have to pay. The type of tax you'll have to pay depends on how long you've lived in the home. If you own the home for less than a year, your profits are taxed as ordinary income. This means you'll include it with your regular income and pay taxes based on your income bracket. But if you've lived in the home for over a year, you'll pay long-term capital gains on the profits of the sale. However, there are some exceptions to this based on how long and how large your profits are, your marital status, and whether the home is your primary residence. The IRS considers a property to be a primary residence if you've owned it for the last 2 years and lived in it for at least 2 out of the last 5 years leading up to the home sale. If you're an individual and you sell your primary residence for a profit of $250,000 or less, you don't have to pay any capital gains tax. If your profit is higher than that, you can exclude $250,000 and only pay the remaining amount that's higher than that. For example, if you take a $400,000 home and subtract $250,000 exclusion, you would only need to pay capital gains on $150,000. If you're married, the exclusion amount is $500,000. So if the profit from your home sale was $500,000 or less, now we're talking profit, not gross sale price. Just keep that in mind. $500,000 less, you wouldn't have to pay capital gains tax. So if the profit is higher than $500,000, you only pay the tax on the remaining amount. So for example, if the house sold for $400,000 and you bought it for $400,000, there's no profit. Okay. If you bought it for $1 million and it sold for $1.6 million, then there would only be $100,000 of profit to be taxed on that. Okay. Because you have $500,000 of profit exception, okay, that you're using, and there's $100,000 over. It's important to note that you can only take advantage of these exclusions once every 2 years. Many home sellers wonder if there are ways to reduce the capital gains tax or eliminate it altogether. Well, if your profit is larger than the available exclusion, there is no way to avoid capital gains tax entirely. However, when you determine your profit from the home sale, there are several exceptions you can add to the home's cost basis. Adding these expenses ultimately ends up lowering the amount of profit you make, which lowers the taxes. The cost basis of your home is the total amount you paid for the property, including certain expenses. You subtract the amount from the profit of your home sale to get you the true profit. You can add the amount you spent on qualifying home improvements to your cost basis. These don't include necessary and routine repairs, but rather the types of renovations known as capital improvements. Capital improvements raise the value of your home, a deck, another addition. They're usually big ticket items like a new roof or an entire room remodel. Second, you can add closing costs to your cost basis. These include costs of abstract fees, legal fees, transfer taxes, owner title insurance, and more. Lastly, you can also add realtor commission fees to your cost basis. As a home seller, it's traditionally expected for you to cover the commission for both your realtor as well as the buyer's agent. You might find that once you add all the expenses to your cost basis, your profit is lowered for or brought closer to $250,000 or $500,000 exclusion amounts. This will ultimately lower the amount you pay for taxes. Working with an experienced realtor will be the best way to help calculate this with your accountant. When you have an estimate of your profit, you can budget for the taxes. The realtor can pull this up for you, and then you can send it to your accountant. If you have any questions or would like to work with us to help you work these numbers out so you can send them to your accountant, feel free to reach out to me at 401-232-7661. And if you'd like more information on home selling or want to learn more about working with our team, feel free to reach out, 401-232-7661. I'm Nathan Clark, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching.